Alright, before we get into the video, I want to let you guys know that I'm going to be streaming the hottest games of the year and beyond on Twitch. Games like God of War Ragnarok, Warzone 2, the Calypso Protocol, and the new Resident Evil 4 remake is just a couple of games I can name off the top of my head alone that's slated for 2022. Not to mention future titles and a mixture of older ones too. So for all my fellow gamers out there, y'all go sub to my Twitch, alright? I left the link in the description for y'all. With all that being said, let's get into the video, shall we? Holy... Just off the rip, I'm gonna have to start this video off by saying that John Wick Chapter 4 is not only the best in the series, but probably one of the greatest action movies that I ever seen. Like, the amount of action they were able to fit in just one movie is absolutely astonishing to me. Like, this movie is the literal personification of the term non-stop action in its purest essence. This film is a prime example of why we go to the movies. Alright, let's rewind a little bit. I'm getting way ahead of myself. I'm just really excited to talk about this. John Wick Chapter 4 picks up exactly where the previous left off. John Wick, who once was a part of this elite organization of assassins, is now hunted after going AWOL. Excommunicado is the exact term they use precisely. This time around, the organization has a new chief in command played by Bill Skarsgård. Him now being the head honcho, he makes it his sole purpose to finish what others couldn't. Kill John Wick. This movie is basically Grand Theft Auto Online. Like, just imagine that you log in a GTA Online one day, just to come to find out that you have a $50 million bounty on your head, and every thirsty motherfucker in that server is coming to claim that bounty. Like, that's essentially the premise of this entire film. Speaking of video games, I really did like the variety of the assassins in this film. Just as the previous films, what I like most about the John Wick franchise is that everyone has their own unique fighting style. It almost gives off this video game kind of vibe, where in contrast to the protagonist, everyone being in their own faction, if you will. I thought the rest of the supporting and returning characters were fantastic too. Lawrence Fishburne's character and Winston, kind of both playing this Alfred architect role in John Wick's life, both had some really great moments, as well as being the comedy relief in this film. Killer, played by Scott Adkins, and Kane, played by the one and only Donnie Yen, were absolutely electrifying to see on screen. Those two characters easily being my new favorite additions to the franchise. Another character who I thought was really interesting, who I must say, next to John Wick, had a pretty decent sized amount of screen time. He is another assassin that goes by the name of Tracker, whose special ability is marksmanship. I mean, the list goes on and on. Pretty much everyone in this film kills their role. That being said, if I leave some characters out, it's completely intentional, being the reason to save me some time. The cinematography is beautiful, and the score, accompanied by the action, really gets your blood pumping. Bro, the fucking action in this movie. Just as I mentioned before, this has to be one of the greatest action movies that I've seen in a very long time. Like, I'm talking Mad Max Fury Road level. Like, I don't think I ever got tired of seeing John Wick do that breakdance cross-up thing where he takes down his opponent and shoots him in the head. The close hand-to-hand combat as well as gunfights are so beautifully choreographed in this film. Like, I'm not even gonna hold you, I almost cried. It was like watching the most beautiful ballet dance on Broadway. But instead of seeing a ballerina spin move, you actually see somebody take a spinning roundhouse kick to the face. It was just beautiful. All in all, I absolutely love John Wick Chapter 4. If I had to give this movie a rating, I would go 11 out of 10. Being that this is the last film in the franchise, they had a lot of expectations to meet. So that makes me so happy to report that they absolutely knocked it out of the park with this one. For all the people that's not too familiar with the series, I highly recommend you guys go start from the first, then work your way up to 2, 3, then the last, as that way you truly get to see the series progression through time. Surprisingly, this is a franchise of movies that are better than the last. And as for all the people that are familiar with the series but haven't gotten around watching this yet, I implore you, please go watch this. This is a must-see, as I truly believe, in my opinion, is a cinematic masterpiece. With that being said, that's gonna wrap up my review. Y'all guys stay up and stay blessed, man. Thank you.